What's good, kings and queens? Hope everyone's week is going well. This video is on boxing's greatest ring walks. Special shout out to my new patrons to be part of my latest Patreon backed project, which you can view a day early on the channel if you subscribe. With all that being said, let's start the video. Both these guys make the list here. I can't name one without naming the other. This was a fight everyone and their mom was waiting for. This is a prize fight, guys. So whatever the outcome is for either guy, I feel like they are entitled to have fun in the promotion and in the ring walk itself before the bell rings to start the fight. You had Fury dressed as a king, carried by what looks to be Themyscirian soldiers, which a DC fan would probably have a good laugh. Then you had Wilder dressed up as a cyberpunk version of that bad guy from The Lord of the Rings. Just awesome. I really enjoyed it. This fight was for the lineal welterweight championship. Floyd came out in a general's Roman Empire attire, while being carried by what looks to be people wearing ancient Egyptian style clothing. I think I need an internet historian in the comments to chime in on this one. Germany does not play when it comes to pre-fight pageantries.
Madonna concert in Berlin, and Madonna coming to show, and I see I want this the same, and I say please I want this, and this is more money, and he say okay for the fight Super 6 I give you this, and he give me. It's very good. I am very happy.
Abraham shelled out the extra money on this special occasion, especially since it's the Super 6 Championship opener on Showtime, to have an extravagant entrance where he's lowered down from the ceiling, pyrotechnics going off as the legendary rock band, the Scorpions, is playing. Also to note, German boxing crowds are definitely among some of the most respectful. Taylor's ring entrance wasn't so flamboyant as Abraham's. He came out to Michael Jackson bad, and the entire crowd was clapping off to the beat of the song. If the fight was in America, there would be plenty of boos towards Abraham. In 2007, Arce may have not been too well known in the States, but he was definitely a household name in Mexico, and one of the best fighters from light fly to super flyweight. This fight was for the mandatory position for Christian Mijares' WBC super flyweight title. Arce comes entering the ring in a horse. Now, what makes this entrance one of the greatest, Arce is getting the horse to dance. Now, I've seen a couple of entrances where a fighter is riding in on a horse, but not a fighter riding on a horse and has the skills to allow it to dance. This was definitely a sight that you may not see in boxing, probably not in America anytime soon. Record attendance at Wembley, one of the biggest heavyweight fights of the decade. Rest assured, these folks out in Europe gonna throw on a show like they always do. Lighting, pyrotechnics, Anthony Joshua's initials emitting flames, and the entire crowd in sync chanting Joshua's ring entrance song. The atmosphere was just wild. Besides Tyson's entrance coming out to Public Enemy's Welcome to the Terror Dome, I would say him coming out to Tupac's Ambition as a Rider is just as iconic and chilling to the bone. This is possibly the hypest I've seen a crowd for a ring entrance. Them St. Louis folks are wild. Corey Spinks was the undisputed welterweight champion of the world, and in the rematch, he was finally able to make his first defense as the undisputed champion in his hometown of St. Louis. The venue was packed beyond capacity, and once Corey came out and rapper Nelly, who's also from St. Louis, come out, that place was jumping. In most cases, the crowd is not as amped. That entire venue was wildin'. Those are sights I definitely love seeing in the sport. Like I said earlier, and will say later in this video, Germany doesn't play. This dude shelled out who knows what to get Linkin Park to perform for his entrance. It's almost a hit and miss getting artists to perform. The previous entry with Spinks and Judah was a huge hit and a mini concert done right at a fight. But a lot of these ring entrances, with artists performing, it's like they took the money, didn't even bother to do rehearsing. No energy at all, and it just comes off flat, making the viewer, especially on TV, cringe, and just waiting for it to end.
And it don't stop.
It's more of a problem on both the artist's lack of preparation and the broadcast not taking the time to mix the sound of the crowd and live music performance together right. Hamed has so many great ring walks. If I had to pick one, the Bungu fight takes the cake. Dude literally came in on a flying carpet several feet in the air. This is peak entertainment here.
You see a magic carpet on that next Big Stones tour, you'll know where they came up with the idea.
Who can name a boxer who had several songs peaking in the top 100 charts in music, then to perform at his own fight? The introduction was phenomenal. It started with the intro theme song of Shaft, while dancers appeared on the set one by one, then alarms go off as Jones emerges from a shaft to perform and still. Now for most folks, people only know those two songs Roy put out, but Roy had a lot of certified Southern hip-hop hits on his albums. He had features with Southern hip-hop royalty Juvenile, Mike Jones before he made it big, P.D. Pablo, Boozy, Young Bloods, Bum B, Pastor Troy, Little John and the East Side Boys. Dude was putting in that work. The Klitschko brothers will go on in history having the most extravagant, high-budget ring entrances. For the people who didn't get to see the brothers' ring entrances, I'm definitely going to take a thorough time showing them off. I would have to say Vitaly may had started the competition between the two, who has the best entrance. Vitaly always goes out to AC/DC. He had to retire from boxing due to an injury in 2004. When he was fully healed up, since he was declared as the champion emeritus by the WBC, he can receive an immediate title shot when he decides to come back. 4 years later, he does, and in his first fight back, he's fighting WBC heavyweight champion Sam Peter. The entrance starts with the bells from the AC/DC track on loop as holograms of previous heavyweight champions, giving a little speech and wishing Vitaly good luck on regaining the title.
Listen, I still hold a record for the man, oldest man ever to become heavyweight champion of the world. Vitaly, listen to me. You can do it. You can do it today. You can come back better than you've ever been before. Listen, the whole world is waiting on you. Listen to Joe Frazier.
It was just amazing to see George Foreman, Joe Frazier, rival Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, and Mike Tyson giving their blessings. This is just awesome, how he was able to include all these boxing greats in such a special moment in his career.
I'm smoking Joe Frazier, heavyweight champion of the world. Muhammad and I were the king of the ring. Vitaly, it's your time, man, to make history. Listen to Lewis.
As Vitaly is walking to the ring, all the holograms look on as Vitaly passes by, and I thought it was really a nice touch, timing it perfectly to where Joe Frazier and Mike Tyson wave to Vitaly as he passes by him. I could go on about Vitaly's entrances, but now I need to show off his brothers, Vladimir's. A game of one-up in here. This was against David Haye, and all these fights are in Germany. Like, Germany does not play when it comes to their pre-fight pageantries. This is just amazing here. This all happens inside the venue in real time. It takes off in a theater as audiences are looking at how the beef between the two started. Then it moves to some pretty nice special effects added onto two unrevealed people looking at the newspaper. And one of the most greatest reveals, it's his brother and George Foreman.
Boy, this is gonna be an exciting fight. Are you ready?
Then, the amazing fireworks show start off right at sync when the music starts. Once the fireworks is finished, George Foreman finishes reading his newspaper to where he walks over to the locker room to let Vladimir out as he walks out to the ring.
Would you do that, Roy?
I most definitely would.
And on top of that, this is boxing's greatest ring walks. For more videos like these, be sure to like, share, and if you're new, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram for more video updates, memes, edits, boxing news, whatever. I'm Office Honcho, and I'm out.